You know, it doesn't look, but I won't drink it.
You don't drink.
I will never drink that water because, like I said, if I didn't test this morning, how am I going to know what's in that water? And it takes weeks to get a water test back, so you're never really ahead of the game. So we just will never drink the water in our brand new home. You know, we'll just we'll take it from the gas company as long as they provide it, and when they stop providing it, then we'll go back to doing what we did prior. We bought our own water. Now, we all bought our own water for about a year, and we were begging for water, and the gas company said, we're not in the business of providing water, Mrs. Switzer. But we went public with the media, and the media can be a good thing or a bad thing. But we went public and had a front page story in a local newspaper. Laura Legier was the reporter. Dimmock residents thirsting for water. Within a few days, we got water after begging for it, you know. So we use the media to get the story out to people that need to hear the truth, and also, you know, to help our cause and to help other people. And sometimes they get it right, and sometimes they don't, you know.
Okay.
But what we find is every time we do an interview or spend time with a group of reporters, and then we see the report, and I will tell you a lot of times it's an awfully rosy picture from the industry, and we get a couple lines. And I wonder about that. Like the 60 Minutes, we got 6 seconds. And Chesapeake got a long time, you know, and it's the truth.
I watching it.
So I'm giving a little plug here.
Could I just hold this? Thank you.
We also have a creek that runs right down through here. It was one of the big draws of the property. We found this property in 2003, and my husband and I had just gotten together, and it was just beautiful. We only have 7 acres, and it was in the fall, and the trees were, you know, flaming color, and you know, my husband showed me this property, and in fact, we weren't married yet. We had met in 2003. We had a real whirlwind relationship, and got married in 2004. And you know, he sold me on this property, and we had an old trailer here, awful old trailer. We lived in that until we got our house built, and we just, you know, we're not done yet, as you can see. We're still working on it. Yeah, we're still working on it. It's a work in progress, but by living in this old trailer on the property, we could make this house happen. Now, would we have chosen to build in the middle of a gas field and put all our resources, every dime we have, into this home? No. When the gas company came here in 2006, they did not tell us what their plan was. They never tell you the plan. They tell their stockholders, yes, they have to by law. But they don't have to tell a landowner that in 2 years you won't recognize the place. The drillers know that. You talk to them, they'll say, oh, those poor suckers in Dimmock, they have no clue what's happening. And that's a quote from a worker. But I think we should have been told, this is what your community is going to look like. We're going to put 100 wells here. There'll be, what did I tell you, in 4 square miles? 190 some wells. Yeah. I mean, that's wall-to-wall wells. That picture I showed you was just 4 miles. You know?
A little bit. That side.
So, you know, but we can't leave now. You know, our resources were all in this home, and DEP and Cabot offered us a check for $162,000, but no water fix. They weren't going to, you know, nothing like that. You know, so we didn't take the money. And they said that was twice the value of our property in our home. Now, I'm sorry, this is not an $80,000 home. I mean, I know how much I put into it. So that's where we are right now. So we're staying. I don't know what the Saltners are planning on doing, but the Switzers are staying.
We will be moving.
Well, and I'm going to witness this through and record it, and I'll talk to anyone who will listen, and I would like to see it go to Washington. I call it Gasgate. I think this deserves Washington's attention.
Absolutely.
I spoke to Senator Casey's office this morning. I usually try to speak to a number of elected officials on my to-do list every week. I work this like a job. I get up in the morning, and I'm on the computer the first couple hours. I make my phone calls. I do whatever I can to help, and then I interview or give tours, around the area. And I really like to be writing children's books and making jewelry and living a normal life. But I can't walk away from this. It's happening. It's horrible what's happening. Do you have shale in Japan?
No.
Thank God. Lucky. You are lucky. You are very lucky.
Rather hand, many of Japanese people are like envying U.S. that there's such a plenty of natural gases under your own soil, and it could be your energy independence. But
Saudi Arabia.
but as you say, like there are a certain negative side of the fact that we have to focus on that.
Well, I think what it comes down to is quality of life. You can't drink natural gas. Water is our most precious resource. I'm sure you're aware of that in Japan. And what we're doing is we're compromising and risking our most precious resource for a fossil fuel, which, excuse me, it's 2011. I thought fossil fuels were going to be on the back burner, no pun intended. But to me, it looks like the next 50 years is going to be fossil fuels. And that takes our eye off everything green. I mean, I look to Europe to see what they're doing, some different things with alternative energy. We are not. We are not. That's problematic. If this were part of the energy picture, a piece of the puzzle instead of the whole thing. I mean, organic farming, dairy farming, tourism, hiking, hunting. Who's going to come here? Would you bring your family to live in the middle of a gas field with iffy water?
I don't even think it comes down to fossil fuel. You know what it comes down to right here? Money.
Well,
Ultimately, that's what it comes down to,
and
right?
I'm seeing
Money.
that our neighboring areas now are starting to, I say, come out of the coma a little bit, and starting to say, wait a minute, maybe we shouldn't have a compressor station next to a school. And so we saw parents rally around that in Dallas, Pennsylvania, and I was thrilled to see that. And over here at Baylor's Lake, a group of people said, I don't think we want that exploratory well right next to our beautiful lake because we have valuable homes. But what I'm finding, and this is how it's going to play out, just like it did in West Virginia with coal, this is going to take advantage of the rural, poor areas. The people that need the money are going to buy into this, and when it's over, they're not going to be ahead of the game. It's going to be devastation.
So even in your community, there are some people who lease their land and making money. And so before all the gas company comes to this community, you guys all together, you're good neighbors. But now you have
Not so good.
bad
Not so
relations.
good.
Not what it used to be.
No. Well, the neighbor across the street, we were really good friends. They put a big sign up, no water line, to me, which was like saying no life for you.
I saw the big sign like this is the water.
Yeah, they just took it down.
The sign.
That was right across from my house. And at Christmas, they put Christmas decorations on it. They put lights on it. And I said, that's just wrong. That was really bad. It was bad enough to drive by all the signs, but then we saw that. And we used to be good friends. I mean, we rented their barn to do all this post and beam. My husband went up there at night, and so we built this house from a truckload of trees. We bought the trees and set up a sawmill. This is not a kit. This didn't come from anywhere but us. And we cut the wood and dried under tarps for 3 years, and then he started making it. It's all held together by oak pegs. It's a traditional timber frame house. You get it? So you see why I'm a little animated about this whole thing? We built our piece of paradise here, and to have it destroyed by greedy corporation.
When did you finish? Not finished.
Not finished.
When did you begin living here?
Last year.
Last year.
Yeah, I think it was like, we got in just before Christmas, but it wasn't really,
November.
about a year ago.
A year ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Spring.